Hello and welcome. This is Alchemistexe, and I'm taking a little break from Tagatame stuff, just because nothing that interesting is going on, just kind of reruns till the end of the month. And then in June, find out what the updates are, and we'll go right back into that. But for right now, I wanted to focus on Star Rail. I think this week is a good time to decide if you are interested in pulling on either the current limited banner for Jingyuan, or if you're interested in either Silver Wolf or Locha. Now's a good time to decide because there's a lot more information available than there previously was following the 1.1 live stream. Now, this footage was recorded a bit earlier before the live stream came out, but that's just because I was already interested in this banner just because of the 4 stars. But I did want to talk about that for a bit because there are definitely some things that can go wrong when it comes to this type of banner. So just a quick rundown if you're unfamiliar. The basic setup is for the 5 star. If you don't get them after 90, you're guaranteed a 5 star. For the limited character banners, if you haven't pulled them yet, the first time, like if you haven't pulled it all, then there's a 50% chance. You either get somebody from the normal pool, or you get the character who's on the limited banner. And then if the first 5 star you pulled wasn't the limited character, then the next time that you pull, the 5 star that you pull will be the limited character. So given the 90 pity, it costs, assuming that if you have like terrible luck, right, you have to go to hard pity every time, 14,400 for the first one, and then times 2, so 28,800 of the gems to absolutely guarantee that you get the unit. I definitely would remember that in case there's somebody that you really, really like that's upcoming, etc. Because hopefully you don't have to go that far. Typically, the average for most people is kind of in the 70 to 80 range, because what it sounds like they do, just from kind of experience from Genshin and people that have looked into the data of the game, is that the rate starts to climb around 75 or so, and it just keeps climbing till it hits 100 at 90. But the way that I always look at it is like, do I have enough for a 5 star, looks like 14k, or do I have enough to absolutely guarantee the limited character, assuming that I'm not already sitting on a guarantee? And then that's like the 28k. So sometimes you need to save up for quite a while, but the game hasn't been out that long, and I was able to save up enough for just a 5 star, and I chose this banner largely because of Sushang. But that does come with a really important asterisk, because if the other 2 4 stars were characters like I was not at all interested in, then it wouldn't have been a good idea to do this, because you're not guaranteed to get any particular 4 star when you do this. You're guaranteed a 4 star every 10, and then half of the time it'll be off banner or potentially off banner, and then if you don't get one of the featured characters on the next 10 pull, you'll get one of them. But because it's 1 out of 3, if your luck is bad enough, you might not see them at all on the way to a 5 star. Now, I can attest to this, not in Star Rail, but in Genshin, I had that happen where I was at 0 pity. I got to the first 5 star. Still didn't get the 4 star I wanted. Kept going, got the character that was featured, like the featured 5 star guaranteed. Still didn't get them. Then got another 5 star that was off banner, and then finally got the 4 star in that same pull. So it was absolutely absurd, but a pretty good example of the kind of thing that can happen. So here is my 5 star pull. And so because I've never done this before, it is going to be a 50% chance of Jingyuan and 50% chance of somebody else. And so it is Himeko. It's a mixed feeling, because she's not considered to be too great meta-wise, but I absolutely love her design, so I'm probably going to use her anyway. I just need to get myself some more erudition light cones. But yeah, look at her. She's so pretty. So anyway, now let's move on to, let's kind of dissect what happened a little bit, because it's a pretty good example of some of the things I was describing. Okay, so how did that go? Overall, I think it went pretty well. The main thing that I wanted to get were copies of Sushang, and that did end up happening, as well as constellations / Eidolons for March 7th. Now, you may have noticed there were 0 instances of Tingyun being pulled. And that's not great, but it's okay. That more would have been like an icing on the cake kind of thing. I wasn't there for Tingyun. I definitely think her kit is pretty cool, but that'll be okay. And then, as far as the 50-50 goes, I now have a new Himeko. But that puts me in a position where the next limited character is going to be guaranteed when I pull a 5-star. So for me, that means stop on the Jingyuan banner. Because I do think he's cool, but those guarantees are going to be something of a precious resource. So I definitely would want to use him on someone who's filling a role that I have a greater need for. So for me, that character is going to be Locha, coming out next patch. Mostly because I've only got one abundance character, well, total. And, I've only got one raised, the Natasha that they give you. So I would definitely like to get him, just so I have 2 healers. And he's also imaginary, which is fairly scarce. I'm lucky enough to have Welt, so I do have some imaginary coverage. But being able to break imaginary shields and heal at the same time, it's good role consolidation. And then as an added bonus, there's the whole... He looks and in Japanese and Chinese sounds like Auto Apocalypse from Honkai Impact 3rd, which is kind of a fun bonus. I'm not huge into Honkai Impact stuff. I mostly learned about it because I play a lot of Genshin, and it helped me understand some stuff in Genshin a little bit better. But that's just kind of a random aside. I just find the idea of a playable auto kind of amusing. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out, and I am certainly looking forward to version 1.1 once that gets started. So if you're pulling on this banner, I wish you good luck, and I will see you all next time.